My dad told me something before he passed that still hits me. He said, "Don't miss Leo's games. I miss too many of yours." And when he said that, it wasn't dramatic. It wasn't like a movie. It was simple, quiet, almost like he was just stating a fact. But it landed like a weight because I know exactly what he meant. He wasn't talking about sports. He was talking about presence. He was talking about the invisible cost that shows up years later when your kids become an adult and they remember what you constantly chose. And I want to tell you something straight. Most founder dads do not intend to miss. They don't wake up and think, how do I disappoint my kid today? They wake up thinking, how do I provide? How do I lead? And how do I keep all of this moving? And then the day happens. Texts, fires, client stuff, team stuff, money stuff. Your brain never turns off. So this isn't a guilt video. This is a clarity video because there's a test coming for every man who's building. And if you don't install structure, the test will fail you, even if your heart is in the right place. And that moment has a name, and I call it the empty stands test. Most guys hear that sentence and they instantly go to tactics. Okay, I'll go to more games. I'll try harder. I'll be more disciplined. And I love the intention, but the danger isn't the one miss. The danger is what the miss teaches, because your family is always learning the real values, not from what you say, from what you repeat. And let's be honest, most founders are the kings of promises. I'll make the next one. This is just a busy season. Once we get through this launch, once we hire that person, once we close this deal, then I'll be back. But your kids don't live in then. Your wife doesn't live in then. They live in Tuesday night when you walk in and you're technically there, but your eyes are still on your phone and your nervous system is still in the business. So the real issue isn't just one game missed. The issue is the pattern your home has been forced to adapt to. So here's the test. The empty stands test is the day your kids stop inviting you because they learned not to count on you. Not because they don't love you, not because they're trying to punish you, but because they learned you're probably not coming. And that's a terrifying sentence to say out loud because it means the damage happens quietly. Nobody calls you and says, "Dad, we've decided you're not reliable." They just stop asking. And founders, especially strong men, we miss this because we stay focused on the scoreboard that pays. Revenue, growth, outcomes. But the home scoreboard is emotional. It's trust, it's safety, it's consistency. And this is the key. So if you're a founder dad, that moment is rarely a motivation problem. It's almost always a design problem. Your business still requires you in too many places. So no matter how much you care, your calendar is built to betray you. There are 3 stages that lead to the empty stands. Stage 1, you miss sometimes. Stage 2, it becomes normal. And stage 3, they stop asking. And I want you to notice something. Stage 1 feels like life. Stage 2 is, this is just how our family operates. Stage 3 feels like a heartbreak. Most men only notice at stage 3 because stage 2 doesn't even feel like a crisis. It feels like I'm doing what I have to do. But stage 2 is the warning light. Stage 2 is where the family adjusts their expectations so they stop getting disappointed by expecting less. And when your family expects less of you, you can still be a good man, but you will not be a present man. So let's walk through the stages quickly. Then I'm going to give you 3 installs that fix it in the real world. Stage 1 is missing with guilt. You feel it. You're on the call and you're half listening because you're thinking about the game. You're texting your wife, tell him I'm sorry. Or you're telling your kid, I'm going to come to the next one. And you mean it, but your business has momentum and the momentum doesn't care about what you meant. Momentum cares only about what you scheduled. It only cares about who owns what. It cares about whether you built the machine or whether you are the machine. So stage 1 is painful, but it could still be recovered because that pattern is not set yet. The danger is when stage 1 turns into stage 2. So stage 2 is the danger stage because now the family adapts. They stop being surprised when you're late. They stop being surprised when you're still finishing something. Your wife stops asking much, not because she doesn't care, because she's tired of the emotional letdown. Your kids stop bringing it up as much, not because they don't want you, because it hurts to hope. And that's where founders lie to themselves. We see the family not asking, we interpret it as, okay, good, they understand. No, they're adapting. They're lowering the bar to protect their own heart. Stage 2 is where you don't feel the consequences yet because everyone's become polite about the loss. And then stage 3 happens. They stop asking. And it's subtle. Maybe the schedule changes and you didn't even hear about it. Maybe your kid tells your wife, not you. Maybe you find out after the game is over and you feel that punch in your chest because you realize what you trained them to expect. And you might feel anger, shame, sadness, all of it. But I want you to hear this clearly. This is not a character indictment. This is not a you're a bad dad. This is an alarm system. And the reason it's an alarm system is because it means the home has been adapting to the business instead of the business adapting to the home. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you 3 installs. Not 10 ideas, not motivational quotes. 3 installs that change the structure so the pattern changes. Install number 1 is the 12-minute window. Every day, same time, same place, 12 minutes where your phone is gone and your nervous system is fully with your family. And listen, this sounds almost too small, right? Like, George, 12 minutes? That's it? Yes. Because you're not installing quantity first. You're installing trust. And 12 minutes isn't the goal. It's the floor. Your family doesn't trust your intention. They trust your pattern. 12 minutes of consistent presence does more than a random Saturday when you're half there and half in your inbox. And the goal of the 12-minute window is to prove one thing, that you can be fully here even when the business is not done, because the business is never done. So if your presence requires your business to be done, you will never be present. So here are the rules. Same time, no phone, no multitasking. This is not a hangout. This is a ritual. It could be when you walk in the door. It could be right before bedtime. It could be the moment after school. Pick a moment and protect it. And I'm going to say something that's going to challenge you. If you can't do 12 minutes, you're not too busy. Your nervous system has been trained to stay on call. And that's not shame. That's awareness. It means the business has become the place where you feel control, competence, and certainty. But your home needs something different. It needs safety, and the safety is built through repeated presence. So 12 minutes to start because it's doable, and it begins to rebuild safety. Install number 2 is the calendar fence. One recurring block each week that never moves. And here's why it matters. If it moves, you teach everyone it's negotiable. Not just your team, your clients, your wife, your kids. You teach your own brain. You're telling yourself, when it gets intense, I fold. So this is not time management. This is identity management. This is you saying, this is who I am now. And the fence is simple. One block, one commitment, one thing the business must route around, not bulldoze. So here are a few examples. It might be the games. It might be dinner. It might be school drop-off. It might be date night. But pick one, not 5. If you pick 5, you'll fail because you're trying to become a new man overnight. Pick one fence and make it immovable. And a quick practical note. Tell your team the new truth. You don't ask permission. You say, I'm available during this block. Route decisions to the owner. Escalate only if it's a true emergency. And most founders never do this because they fear being seen as less committed. But your commitment is exactly what's killing you. So the fence is the first public act of leadership that proves you're serious about being father first. Install number 3 is the one thing that changes everything. The ownership triangle. An owner, a scoreboard, and a cadence. Because your time doesn't disappear randomly. It disappears when outcomes still require you. If you are the default owner, you are the bottleneck, which means you are also the excuse. Every time something breaks, it comes back to you. Every time a decision is needed, it comes back to you. Every time something feels uncertain, it comes back to you. So the ownership triangle breaks that loop. Owner means someone owns the result, not just tasks. Scoreboard means the truth is visible without you. Cadence means accountability happens on schedule, not in the middle of your son's game. So this week, transfer one outcome. Pick the thing that's pulling you back in the weeds. It could be client onboarding, following up with leads, project updates, support escalations, collections, fulfillment, quality. Pick one, assign an owner. Then you want to build a scoreboard that has 3 to 5 numbers that tell the truth. Set a weekly cadence. Same day, same time, just 15 minutes. And then you want to coach, don't rescue them. If there's an issue, ask them what's next. What's the obstacle? Don't jump in there and do it for them. The business isn't stealing you. Your lack of installed ownership is. So here's your 7-day plan. Day 1, pick the fence. Put it on the calendar and tell your team. Day 2, install the 12-minute window. Same time, no phone. Day 3, choose the one outcome you're transferring. Day 4, build the scoreboard. 3 to 5 truth metrics. Day 5, schedule the weekly cadence. Put it on the calendar. Day 6, run it once. Let the owner report back. Do not take it back. And day 7, tighten the system. Now notice something. This plan doesn't require a rebrand. It doesn't require a retreat. It doesn't require you to be superhuman. It requires structure because you cannot willpower your way into presence if the machine requires you. If this hit you, good. It means you're awake. The goal is preventing the moment where they stop asking. And the way you prevent that moment, it's not by trying harder. It's by installing structure that makes it easier to keep your word. So comment below or DM me dad and I'll send you the 3 install checklist because you can rebuild revenue, you can rebuild a team, you can rebuild a business, but you cannot rebuild that season. Once it's gone, it's gone. And if you're hearing my dad sentence in your head right now, don't wait for stage 3. Install it this week.